I'm going to walk you through how to propose a course in PowerSchool PL. The first step is to click on the Propose a Course button, which is located at the top of your screen near the right-hand side. Once you click on Propose a Course, you're going to be taken to a new page. This would be searching courses, but really where you need to go is this Propose a Course button. When you click the drop-down, you get 3 choices. In Coppell ISD, we use 2 of the 3 choices, the instructor-led course and the self-paced learning opportunity. The difference between instructor-led and self-paced is whether the students will be face-to-face at some point during your training or whether they will be able to take the training in their own self-paced mode over a certain amount of time. So if you're going to be meeting with your students or your attendees, even just one time, but you're going to have a lot of content still in Schoology, you would still use instructor-led because you are going to be meeting with them face-to-face. If all of your content and learning is virtual or, and not by virtual, I mean more self-paced where they're going to go through it at their own pace, they're going to go through folders and they're going to learn things, and there's not a lot of facilitation, then you're going to choose self-paced. So the first one I'm going to go through is the instructor-led course. So I'm going to click on instructor-led, and again, that means like a face-to-face course or part of the course is face-to-face. So my first step is to fill out the details. So I'm going to fill out the course title. This Nancy, yeah, look at that. Nancy is cool for sure. In the course description, I would describe the course and give context here because this will appear for educators as they're looking through the course library. Okay, so the location and department all depends on what site you're on. So if you're proposing a course for the professional learning, which would be for all of CISD or larger parts of CISD, like all high school teachers or all middle school teachers or all teachers in general or all office staff, like whatever it is, you'll choose the location to be Coppell Professional Learning. If it is a campus-specific course and you have rights to propose a course for that campus or that site, then you would click the drop-down menu and you would choose the course or the site that you needed. So right now, I am impersonating Hema Hall, and she's the principal at Lakeside Elementary. So you'll see that she can propose a course for all of CISD or specifically for her campus. Once you click on the location and department, you need to choose whether you want a Schoology course to be a part of the learning or whether you don't, okay? So I'm going to say not Schoology because today I don't really want to add another Schoology course to our calendar, even though I'm going to delete it. You can also select a template for that Schoology course if you want to. The next thing to do is choose the credit types. If the professional learning is happening after school or before school, you can choose to give them flex credit for the amount of time they would be learning. So I'm going to say maybe we're going to be learning for 2 hours flex. But anytime you offer flex credit, you should always offer SBEC because SBEC credit is any professional learning that you're doing, no matter what time of day it is. So let's say you are doing a meeting in the middle of the school day and it's not flex, you can still give SBEC credit because it's a professional learning opportunity. And remember, teachers after 1999 all have to collect hours of learning. I think it's 150 per 5 years. So you want to make sure that you're always giving them the SBEC credit that they need. And then thinking about flex, is it before or after school? So if it's a professional learning opportunity, they're always going to get SBEC no matter what. If it's before or after school, then they can also get the flex credit. These notes here are detailed notes for the course itself, but will not be shared with any of the attendees. You can also add the CISD training survey, and you can also allow participants to enroll in multiple sections of the same course. This will come in handier as you're moving along and understanding how to add courses. But what this means is you can have like a course about Schoology and then potentially have different sections of that course. And what you want to do is allow, if you would like for teachers to, or any attendees to go ahead and register for multiple sections, then you want to make sure that this button is clicked. If you're only having one course, one section, you don't need to worry about it. Then what you're going to do is click Create Instructor-Led Course. You are only partway through the process. Okay. Now you'll see the availability is Lakeside Elementary. You will see also that now there are no targets set. So what you want to do is really think about who your course is going for. You may not want to require anybody to come to it. You may want to recommend certain people to come to it. You may want to restrict it to only specific people or demographics. But what you really want to do is think about the course tags, because that's how people can search for your course. So if you click on Manage Course Tags, you're going to get a list of all of the course tags that we have available in CISD. And what you want to do is be really thoughtful and be like, okay, this is about federal funds. So I'm going to click the federal funds, and I'm going to say it's also about science, and I might say it's also about health, and it's definitely about great teaching and redefining success. And then it's also about digital learning because, it's me. So you can check off any of the boxes that you feel like should tag. And what that will do is if anyone's searching the library and they search a tag, your course will come up associated with it. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save. And now on my course, you're going to see that I have my course tags. So that's how people can search for my course. Competencies is around t-tests. So if you'd like to align to t-tests, you can do that here too. Okay, so this is a face-to-face class. I've only created the course. The next stop is to make sure that I create a section for that course. So if I go to the bottom of my page, you're going to see I have no sections yet. So I'm going to go ahead and click on New Section. And the section is where the attendees are held. So I'm going to name this section Best Section Ever. If I wanted to put the location in there, I could say Lakeside C103. Okay. When am I going to take attendance? This all depends on how long the course is and how many times a day or how many times for each class time you want to take attendance. For example, sometimes in professional learning, you may be going all day and you may want to take attendance in the morning and then attendance again after lunch. So if you want to do that, you can choose twice a day. Most of the time, you'll probably choose once a day because it might just be like an after school meeting or before school meeting, and you're not like going and coming back or have that need for attendance more than once. You can type in the contact person if you want to, but that is not the instructor. That is just the contact person that may have more information about the course. You definitely have to add how many participants you want to come to your course. So I'm going to write 100 because if it says 0, then nobody can register for your course. Check if you want to allow the wait list, okay? And then you have to put your section start date and your section end date. So this is something to really consider as you're building your course, okay? I'm going to start this course tomorrow, but I know that I'm going to have about 5 class times that this section's going to meet. So I'm going to meet between November 5th and December 5th. So I'm going to go ahead and put that there. So now the first time I meet will probably be on November 5th, and the last time we meet will be on December 5th, which means I have a few more class times to get in between these 2 dates, okay? This end of registration date is all about whether you want to kind of keep track of that list and not let people register a certain time before the actual section starts. Maybe you have to like print off copies, or you need to know how many people are coming to make pairs or groups. You may want to have an end registration date. Okay, this is really important too. This is the class time default. Okay, so this means anytime you have a class, you would maybe be starting from, this certain time to another. So I'm going to say that the default class times for me are 3 o'clock p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. So every time I meet, these are most likely going to be the times. But again, this is just the default. You can always change when you add in all of your specific class times. All right, and then you have this or release section at. So you can decide when you're going to release the professional learning to the course library. I'm just going to leave it blank for now. And I'm going to click Create. I'm still not done because the next thing I need to do is fill in this red space. So right now there are no class times. They know I'm going to meet between November 5th and December 5th, but they don't know the exact days and times, okay? So I need to make sure that I put that in. I also need to make sure that the instructor is added. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with instructors. So I'm going to click on instructors, I'm going to add all the people that need access to or are a part of being a facilitator of this learning. So I'm going to add myself. I'm going to add user. I'm going to search for another person. I'm going to add Brooke. Oops. Okay, I'm going to click find user. I'm going to find her on the list. Check and add users. And then now I have the 2 people and I'm going to say done. So that's the first step for my section. And then I also need to set the class times, right? When am I actually physically going to meet with these people? So now I'm going to click on manage class times. And I'm going to add a new class time. If I click this button, I want you to notice that the first date they're assuming is November 5th because that's when I said the section started. And look at my start time, 3 to 4. Okay? Now I'm going to say I'm going to add another class time because remember I said I wanted to meet 5 times. So this time I'm going to change the date to the 8th. And this time I'm going to meet from 3:30 to 4:30. So I can make these changes. Just wanted you to see how you can make these changes. And I'm going to add another class time. It's assuming the date for me. Another class time. I'm going to change this one to like the 24th. And then one more class time. And I'm going to change this to December 3rd. So you see how I know between 3 and 4 on this day, 3:30 and 4:30 because I had to change my schedule. Here's the other dates. So now I'm ready. So this group is going to meet 5 times. So I'm going to say save and exit. Now I'm going to see, here's the section called the best section ever. We're going to meet at Lakeside. I'm only going to take attendance once during that meeting. I have 100 people that can come. Here's where I'm going to start. Here's where I'm going to end. I'm not doing any of these. I can if I want to, but I'm not. This is my default start time. And then now I can see my list of the times that we're going to meet together. And there are the instructors. And then now I'm going to say done. But I'm not actually done because look, this is my project. What I need to do as my last step is to click submit for review. And what this does is if I said the location was Lakeside Elementary, it's going to go to the principal and assistant principal of Lakeside, and they're going to approve my course. Nobody will see this. Nobody can register for it until my principal or assistant principal approves the course. So I'm just going to click submit for review. And I'm going to say okay. Now it says your course project has been submitted for approval. So if I'm waiting and I'm like, okay, did Hema approve it yet? I can go to my approved courses tab. And what I'm going to see here is the Lakeside Ethics training was approved, but I don't see Nancy is cool for sure. Let me see if they denied it. So I'm going to click on denied and look and see. Nope, they haven't denied it. And I'm going to look to see if maybe, I just want to make sure I've submitted it right. I'm going to see that Nancy is cool for sure has been submitted. So it's still there. I can look at my key. It shows that it's submitted. Okay. So then all I have to do is just wait until that course gets approved by Hema. And once it does, it will end up here in approved courses. It will also be on the tab of courses I am teaching. So I can click on courses I am teaching, and then I will see a list of the current sections that I am teaching that are happening, any future sections that I have coming up, or any past sections that I have already completed. So that's how that works.